Hello, everybody. So I have been asked to do something which I think I did a while back. Like a while. When I say a while, could be 3 or 4 years. And that is looking at the internal effects and recording them. Because the thing about the internal effects is they work the same way as the stereo bus does, where it just goes into the ether. So just gone. So let's talk about this. Let's look at the screen first of all. Let's look at the board. There's the board. Okay, I'm going to try my best to get it not to reflect so much. It's a dark day here in the Niagara region, so I'm trying my best. So first thing we do is you need to be able to access your SD card somehow. So either you use the USB out on your Tascam, or you pop the SD card out and then pop it back in. Those are your two options in this case. So what I want to do is I'm going to record I'm working on a song, and it's ukulele. I'm just going to show you here. So let's go to the mixer for a second. Let's bring her down a bit so you can see a little bit better. Let me try to hide the backlighting. So as you can see, what I've got is on track 7, I have the preset and I have it going full. So preset, and it's on effects 1. What effects 1 is, if you don't have any effects pushed, any effects in the system, like popped out, it is your internal effects. So let me just see if I can swing this bit back. There we go. That's a little better. No, there's glaring. Okay. Stop banging back. Stop going back where you were. Okay. There we go. That's best I can do for now. So if you go into the effects loop, right now I'm going to show you how this works here too. So you're not in the guitar part. This is the guitar part. You are in the regular, what would be called the send. So if you go in the guitar section, that turns to send, meaning go back to the send section. So we're worrying about the send section here. So the first part is you've got the reverb set up. I have reverb set up for room. Let me just play what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to do this. So this is so first thing I want to do is I want to get my reverb set up. The reason I have it set for pre, there you can hear it, is so that if I fade out, so I'm going to fade down 7. There's the reverb. Now why do I want that? Well, because if I want to record the reverb along with it, then this is how to do it. There's other ways to do it too. You can do both together. If you want to mix them together, you can do them together. You can have it as post, but the thing is, once you have it as post, let's go to mixer for a second. We'll switch pre to post. Now, if I take the fader down, that's why I don't use post. Okay, so I want reverb. So now you can also, the thing is, let's go back to effects loop here. You can also do other stuff. So you have reverb. Let me just ting this around a bit here. So if I play it again, wait till it starts. Okay, let's say instead of reverb, I want chorus. You can play with the chorus. If you want chorus. Then you can go also to delay. I got to figure out how that multi-tap works. There's got to be a way to do it. Now the way that the effects loop works is it's one only. So it's not all of them. It's one only. So it's different from the guitar effects, which is done through the insert effects. You know, this reverb system, like the reverb on the system is actually quite decent. Let's see, I'm gonna switch to the hull. So what I want to do now is I want to record the reverb. Now, like I said, you can't assign it to a track. Now, what you could do is if you want to, which I don't recommend, is you can go from the RCA outs and then do go to an in, or do it from the headphone out in. I don't recommend that. It's just you're playing with a chance of feedback. So I don't recommend doing that. So what I do recommend is, let's go back to menu. No, not menu. There we go. Back to home. Now you hit your master and mix down button. So that's over here. So let's hit the mastering and mix down button. Now, why am I doing this? Well, because I just want to record the reverb. So I've now taken track 7 down. It's the only track that has any reverb on it. Is this still working? Good, because it just did a weird flash thing. I didn't know if it was going to work or not. So now we set our ins and outs. So let's see. So I'm going to go to jog play for a second. Now, the thing is because of the way we're doing this, you want to start your in at 0. Start it right at the beginning. The out you can set anywhere you want. Like if you only want half the song. So in my case, let me just go back to this. I want to go near the end. So that's about where the end is. So now I'm going to jog play. So now I pull back. Okay, so that's where it goes. And I want to make sure I get all the effect out. So that's about where the effect is out. That's where it's done. So 13, or in this case, I'm doing bar 73, measure 2, or let's just go to 74. So we'll just tick slowly. 74, 1. All right. Now we're already in mastering, so now we set this as our out. So mark. So if you've never done this, mark. Hold the mark set, hit out. And oops, and I broke the camera. Yay! The joys of technology when it doesn't want to work anymore. So now you can see on my screen, if you look at the in and out, it's at 2 minutes, 20 seconds, and then 04.9, which that part's not important. But either way, that's where it is. So now we're mastering mix down. Let's go back to jog play. So now we record that. So we hit the record button, we make a mix down of it. All right, so we recorded it, it's down. So now we click on the mix down mastering twice. So we're in the mastering section. We don't want that right now. We go out. Okay, now this is where you need some way of accessing your SD card. In my case, I can do it from the USB because I have it hooked up to my computer. And all right, so here's my screen on the computer now. So if you go into music, and this is the one I want. So we take this, we're going to cut it. You don't have to cut it. I'm cutting it because I want to put it in a different directory. Now we go back up. We put it in our audio depot. There. Now it's in our audio depot. Now we can import it again. So let's close off the USB. There, we're going back into our system. Now we go into menu, audio depot. There, you got my file. I'm going to import it, and I'm going to put it on 1718, which is my next free stereo track, or my last free stereo track. And we're going to say yes. So now it's importing it onto that track. So what does that give me? Well, that gives me the reverb that I just made. So I'll show you that in a sec. I don't know how long this takes, but there we go. All right, so it's done. So now we go back to home. So now if I bring up 1718, let's just so I can prove it to you, let's go into effects, and we're just going to turn off all effects. There's no effects on anymore. So that means track 7 has no effects on it now. So I'll bring it up, and why is it not there? That's weird. It should be there because I did import it. It's showing on the list, isn't it? Yeah, it's showing on the list. Try that again. All right, I got to look into this. Okay, I am not sure what happened, but it did not record. So one thing I suggest doing is that when you're in the mixdown mastering, do a quick check, just listen to it, and just press play, and then I'll show you that. So all you do is when you're in the mixdown mastering, I don't know if I think I just cut the file. So if I'm in this menu here, whoop, it says error, meaning I didn't do anything. So yeah, I did cut it. So, but yeah, what I'm saying is, when you're in the mastering, just do a play, listen to it. I have no idea why it didn't copy. It did actually make a file, which I don't understand, but it didn't seem to record the sound. Now it did. So now if I play it, let me just go effects, turn this off. So that is channel 17. So I bring up 7. Gives you a little bit to play with. Now, if you want to do the same thing, but you want to record the original with it, so if I want to record the original ukulele with the reverb, and I want to mix it myself and set it kind of like what you do with the guitar insert, or the insert thing, which is on your mixer, your insert effect there, which then brings you into the guitar effect system. Yeah, you can do that. All you do in this case is before you do your mix down version, you just mix your ukulele where you want it. So what I would do in this case is I have the ukulele up on 7, so effects, let's turn it back on for a second. We'll just throw in, so I'll just, yeah, same thing. I'll just leave it as it is. I've turned down 17, so I've turned on the effects. Now if I play it, I can then set where I want it. So I can go into mixer here. Let's go to channel 7, which is pre, and then we'll just so I set it how I want it, and then let's go back to home so you can see what's going on. So now if I play it, this is where you care about the left and right here. That's all you care about. So now I can do the same. I can do the same mix down with that amount of reverb, which isn't a lot, but that's where I set it. Or I have a channel which is just reverb, which is how I used to record. I used to not worry. Nowadays when I do a recording, when I do the mix down, that's when I add the reverb, and that's when I pull out the big guns, the TC Electronics, and I use that to do my reverb. I'm probably going to start using that pedal that I bought. I can't remember the name of it at the moment. But yeah, so that's my whole video. I hope this helps you out. It's easy to do. You can do this with anything. You can export, like you can export a bunch of tracks together, which is technically a bounce, and you can then do the same thing. You can import and export. That's the beauty of this system. It's very versatile. Yes, doing a send effect this way takes longer and it means a little bit more work, but you get what you want in the end. And isn't that the point of all this? So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Can I live in a tree? Can I go to sleep right now? Can I get anything for free? Bag of tea, climb a tree. Don't you know? Sucks to be me.